Hi, my name is Madison, and today we will be learning how to use Wheaton's Epilog laser engraver. Laser cutting is a frequently used process for cutting a variety of materials. The high accuracy, speed, and versatility of the laser are some of the many advantages. For those of you wondering how it works, laser cutting utilizes a type of thermal separation method. The laser beam hits the surface of the material and heats it so strongly that it melts or completely vaporizes. The laser head traces the image, and if the power is high enough, cuts completely through the design. If the power is lowered, only some layers will be removed. We call this engraving. We can use lasers to cut a variety of materials. Most organic materials, such as untreated wood, paper, felt, or cardboard, are safe to use. Human-made materials like acrylic, Delrin, and other plastics can be used with appropriate ventilation and laser settings. Some materials, however, are very harmful, such as PVC, which emits pure chlorine gas and is harmful to both your health and your machine. A general rule of thumb is to always know where your materials come from. Different makerspaces and fab labs will have different rules, and it's important to be aware of those. Let's get started. Once you have an idea for what kind of project you're going to create, you will need to choose a vector-based software to prepare your project to be laser cut. This tutorial is specific to Wheaton's resources, and no, other lasers will require different workflows and softwares. Two softwares commonly used are Inkscape and Illustrator. Inkscape is a free and very versatile and powerful software, while Illustrator may be preferable if you are already familiar with the Adobe suite and want to pay a monthly fee. Wheaton's labs provide Illustrator, so we will use that for today. All right, here we are on the Illustrator software. We have a logo selected and we have a circle. We are going to engrave the logo. By engraving the logo, we need to change the color so that the fill is completely black. We also know that we want to cut the circle. To cut the circle, we have to set the stroke weight to exactly 0.01 mm. This is very important. If you do not set your stroke weight to 0.01 mm, your file could not turn out as desired. Now we're going to select all objects and move them to the upper left-hand corner. This looks good. Before we go to the next step, we need to open two important applications, Epilog Engraver and Epilog App. Then we are going to go to the upper left-hand corner to File, press Print. We need to change a few things. Make sure that the printer is set to Epilog Printer. Then make sure that in placement you have selected the upper left-hand corner. This is very, very important. You could damage the laser, and your cut would not turn out as desired if this is not selected. Press Print. Minimize Adobe Illustrator, and then click on the Epilog app. We can see here that we have our image in the upper left-hand corner. We need to change a few settings, our raster settings and our vector settings, the two things that we can do with the laser. We're going to change these, and these will depend and change based on what you're cutting. Press OK. In the upper right-hand corner, you're going to click on Preview Final. The red means that it's going to cut, and the black means it's going to engrave. Then press Print. Once your file is ready, and you have set it up on the Epilog app, we're going to go over to the laser cutter and turn it on. We'll then turn on the air compressor and the exhaust. It is essential for you to turn these things on to prevent a fire. Now, we will open the laser cutter and wait for it to initialize and home. This may take a few seconds. You can see here that it's going through the homing process. There are different errors that can come up during this process, and if it doesn't appear to be working, ask for help. Once the initialization process is done and the laser has successfully homed, you can toggle down to focus. Bring the bed up, but not so close that it's past 3 inches away from the laser head. Then you can toggle down to jog and move the laser head to where your material is. Now take the leveling tool and attach it to the laser head. It should be moving just a little bit so that once you raise the bed to focus the laser, you can see it just barely stop moving. You may need to bend down to get a better look. This needs to be extremely precise. Failure to level the bed can cause a fire or undesirable results. Put the focusing tool back in its place. If you like where the origin is, press down on the joystick to set this as the 0, point. Once you're done using the laser cutter, make sure to clean any remaining pieces from the bed. This may involve getting the vacuum cleaner or even taking out the entire bed and dumping out your excess pieces. Close the lid, power off the exhaust system and the laser itself. Then you're done.